Hey guys, it's Bub here. The Apple TV 3 is now 9 years old. You can currently pick one up on eBay for roughly $30 to $50 depending on what kind of condition you want to buy one in. With its Apple A8 chip, is this Apple TV 3 still worth buying in 2021? In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Apple TV 3 from almost any angle imaginable and deciding if one of these is still worth buying today. First, let's take a look at the design of the Apple TV itself. First off, it is much slimmer than the Apple TV 4. In fact, the TV 4 is about twice as thick as the TV 3, meaning that this would fit perfectly in almost any TV set since it has a nice sleek, matte, and glossy black design. I believe this would really fit in any TV set, including a really bright one. It would even add some contrast and stand out. However, the nice glossy logos and the glossy plastic around the edges of this Apple TV allow for tons of scratches, and if you're buying a used one, which you almost have to in 2021, that is going to be a huge breaking point. However, it still has a very nice design that really holds up in 2021. Next, let's take a look at arguably the most important part of this Apple TV, the remote. Personally, I really love this remote, and I favor it even over the Apple TV 4's remote. This remote has 6 buttons, 5 of which are taken up by the navigation, 1 menu button, and 1 play-pause button. This remote is super simplistic, it's really all aluminum, it's not too heavy and it's not too light, and it really fits very well in your hand. It's a really beautiful design, and I really wish Apple would have kept this throughout their TV 4 series. In fact, I really don't think you need Siri on an Apple TV remote. The way that the front and the back of this device curve is just amazing, and the battery replacement is even simpler. All you need to do is get a flathead screwdriver, turn the little thing on the back, and out pops your CR2032 battery. Once that pops out, you can go ahead and put a new one in, and you're done. There's no more charging the remote with a lightning cable or risking your battery expanding. It's that simple. The I/O on this device includes power, HDMI, a micro USB port, optical audio, and Ethernet. Let's talk about the tvOS software. The latest officially supported tvOS version is actually iOS 8, which was released on September 18th, 2014. This software still runs fine today with some software exceptions. Taking a look at the user interface, at the top of the home screen we can see standard options like movies, shows, music, computers, and settings. Depending on which option is highlighted, the preview at the top will change. So if you highlight movies, it will show movies at the top. If you highlight music, it'll show music at the top. And if you highlight settings, it'll just show the Apple TV logo at the top. As you scroll through the Apple TV interface, there are some outdated app icons for things like YouTube. However, this version of tvOS is roughly 6 years old, so this is kind of expected. On the Apple TV 3, there is no app store, so you really can't install any games, any new channels, or any third-party apps on the TV 3, meaning you're stuck with what you pretty much have on your home screen. Almost any streaming device you can imagine from 2015, so basically not including Disney+, can be found on the Apple TV 3. However, there are some exceptions, as we'll go over in a minute. So, let's take a look at some of the pre-installed apps. All the pre-installed apps, or channels, have an Apple skin on them. For example, ABC is customized to look exactly how Apple wants it, which is the same for every other streaming service available on the Apple TV 3. So if we look at like a console version of the app, or we look at a mobile version of the app, they look totally different because the company gets to actually customize what they want their app to look like, but not on Apple TV. On this Apple TV, everything has to look exactly how Apple wanted it, because why not? Apps run slower than expected, however I believe that's because of the age of this device and the fact that we're trying to run an Apple A8 chip in 2021 with modern internet and modern streaming devices. I don't think that really works too well. Some apps do require a sign-in, however some can easily play movies and shows or TV shows or whatever without any type of sign-in. So you can basically play a ton of shows without even signing in or even having an account. App developers have stopped supporting this device already. HBO, MLB, and most recently YouTube have all stopped supporting the Apple TV 3, meaning you'll not be able to use those 3 channels on this Apple TV anymore. And the biggest bummer is of course YouTube. However, I'm going to show you how to get around that in the next section of this video. However, I expect more app developers to start discontinuing support for the Apple TV 3, so basically we're going to watch these channels drop one by one by one. So that's a real bummer, especially for a TV streaming box. The only real reason to buy an Apple TV 3 in 2021 is to use Apple Airplay. Airplay allows you to stream iPhone, iPad, the Mac, or any Apple device to the Apple TV. Airplay can be used for, of course, presentations, playing YouTube since the app got canceled, playing music, web browsing, or just generally sharing your screen to a large group of people. All you have to do is, of course, hook the Apple TV up to your TV or your monitor, go on your Apple device, for example, we're going to be using an iPhone, just swiping up, clicking Airplay, and then selecting the Apple TV. From there, Apple does the rest, and then there's your screen on the Apple TV. Like I said, from here, your entire screen's being broadcasted there. So you can go to the music app, go ahead and play music through your phone, go to the YouTube app. You can go ahead and AirPlay the YouTube app to your Apple TV and play YouTube, which technically is bypassing the YouTube app being discontinued. Or if you're on a Mac, you could technically stream like PowerPoint presentations, Excel spreadsheets, documents, anything to the Apple TV. So this basically serves as like a wireless video transmitter, which in my opinion is the only reason why I can see anyone buying an Apple TV 3 in 2021. This could be really convenient if you have one of the newer Macs which only has USB-C and no HDMI port. You could really just plug the Apple TV into a monitor or a TV and go ahead and stream your newer Mac's screen to the TV, therefore bypassing that no HDMI port, which over Wi-Fi is not really ideal, but it's better than nothing, right? So, why should you buy an Apple TV 3 in 2021? Well, for $30 to $50, you can have a really cheap music playing device, as the TV 3 still currently supports Apple Music, if you already don't have a smart TV. If you already have a smart TV, buying an Apple TV 3, or for in fact any Apple TV, is really pointless because your smart TV can already do almost everything this Apple TV 3 can do. You could jailbreak some Apple TVs if you really want to. That would allow you to add third-party applications, allow you to tweak the Apple TV in any way you really wanted to, and virtually really customize your Apple TV and turn it into whatever you want to. I've also read that you could turn your Apple TV 3 into a server if you jailbreak it, so you could have like a web server, maybe a storage server if you hooked up a few other hard drives to it, anything like that. So you could really customize this to be a computer, and in fact I've read somewhere that someone actually got Linux to run on this, although it was extremely hard because of the customary Apple A8 chip. However, the biggest reason, as I've said, for buying an Apple TV is of course for the AirPlay function. AirPlay is really unbeatable, and that's the only reason why anyone would buy this, to have a wireless streaming device that allows you to project your Mac, your iPad, your iPhone, any Apple device display onto a bigger screen. So with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos and device restorations. And with that being said, let me know if you have an Apple TV 3 or if you've ever actually used one. And if I helped you out in this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.